In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was formless and void, and darkness covered the deep waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. Softly, day after day, the Creator shaped the world with divine purpose. On the first day, light pierced the darkness. On the second, the sky stretched across the waters. The third day brought forth dry land, seas, and vegetation, trees bearing fruit, and plants yielding seeds. On the fourth day, the sun, moon, and stars took their places in the heavens to govern day and night. Excited. And then came life. On the fifth day, the waters teemed with living creatures, and birds soared through the sky. The sixth day saw the earth filled with animals of every kind, lions, elephants, and creatures great and small. But God's greatest creation was yet to come. From the dust of the ground, God formed man, Adam, and breathed into him the breath of life. Then, seeing that it was not good for man to be alone, God created woman, Eve, from Adam's rib. Together they were placed in the Garden of Eden, a paradise of perfect beauty and size. But paradise would not last forever. In the garden stood the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and God commanded them not to eat from it. The serpent, more cunning than any beast, tempted Eve with the forbidden fruit, promising wisdom like God's own. She ate and gave some to Adam. In that moment, innocence was lost. Their eyes were opened, and shame entered the world. God, in his justice, banished them from Eden, placing angels with flaming swords to guard the way back. Outside the garden, Adam and Eve had children, Cain and Abel. Sad. But jealousy consumed Cain's heart, and he rose up against his brother, committing the first murder. Abel's blood cried out from the ground, and Cain was marked and sent to wander the earth. As generations passed, humanity multiplied, but so did wickedness. Sighs. God's heart was grieved by the corruption he saw. Only one man, Noah, found favor in God's eyes. God commanded Noah to build an ark, a massive vessel to preserve life through the coming judgment. Excited. For 40 days and 40 nights, rain fell upon the earth. The fountains of the deep burst forth, and the flood covered even the highest mountains. But God remembered Noah. The waters receded, and the ark came to rest on Mount Ararat. When Noah emerged, God set a rainbow in the sky, a covenant promise never to destroy the earth by flood again. Yet humanity's pride soon rose once more. At Babel, they built a tower reaching toward heaven, seeking to make a name for themselves. God confused their languages and scattered them across the earth. Softly. Then came the call that would change everything. God spoke to a man named Abram. "Leave your country and go to the land I will show you. I will make you a great nation, and through you all the families of the earth will be blessed." Abram believed God, and it was credited to him as righteousness. God changed his name to Abraham and promised him descendants as numerous as the stars. Though Abraham and Sarah were old and childless, God fulfilled his promise with the birth of Isaac, the child of laughter and miracle. Sighs. But Abraham's faith would face its greatest test. God commanded him to offer Isaac as a sacrifice on Mount Moriah. With trembling obedience, Abraham raised the knife, but an angel stayed his hand. God provided a ram in Isaac's place, and Abraham's faith was proven complete. Isaac grew and had twin sons, Esau and Jacob. Excited. Jacob, the younger, received the blessing meant for the firstborn through cunning and deception. Fleeing his brother's wrath, Jacob dreamed of a ladder reaching to heaven, with angels ascending and descending. God renewed the covenant promise with him. After years of struggle and transformation, God gave Jacob a new name, Israel, meaning one who wrestles with God. From his 12 sons would come the 12 tribes of Israel. Softly. Among Jacob's sons, Joseph was most beloved and most hated by his brothers. They sold him into slavery in Egypt, telling their father he was dead. But God was with Joseph. Excited, though he suffered as a slave and prisoner, he rose to become the second most powerful man in Egypt. When famine struck the land, Joseph's wisdom saved nations, including his own family. In a moment of profound grace, Joseph revealed himself to his brothers. "You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, to save many lives." Softly, the family was reunited. Jacob blessed his sons before his death, prophesying their futures. And Joseph, before he died, made the Israelites promise to carry his bones back to the Promised Land. The book of Genesis closes with God's people in Egypt, awaiting the next chapter of their journey. From creation to covenant, from paradise lost to promises made, Genesis reveals a God who creates, judges, and redeems, a God who works through imperfect people to accomplish his perfect plan. Whispers, and this is only the beginning.